Hello, my name is Konya Adeshaba, and today I will be persuading my audience that community college is a great deal. Attending a community college prior to going to a four-year institution has many advantages that one can actually think of. Today I will be focusing my attention on the major differences between going to a community college and going to a four-year institution in regards to cost, quality, and application process. Let me tell you a little backstory before I actually begin. Ever since I was in high school, I'd always wanted to go to a four-year institution. I'd applied to several schools out there and I was awaiting their response. One day though, I got invited to Columbus State Community College for their info session, in which I went, thank goodness. And after that program, I realized that I could save a whole lot if I went to that school. So I began my whole process and I eventually got in, yay. Now I can conveniently tell you that I can enroll to as many classes as I want without not fearing of being in huge loan debts. Now that I have told you about my first visit to community college, I will now tell you about the major differences. I'll start with the cost difference now. I surely did consider the cost option before settling to CSCC. And according to mwcc.edu, it states that people spend 5 times more for a year in a university as to community college. This is because students in university pay an average of $700 per credit hour, which kind of results to $35,000 per year, while students in community college pay an average of $167 per credit hour, which falls down to $10,000 per year. Also, many students love to explore the world, especially once they've graduated high school, which gives them the opportunity to explore their freedom and do whatever they want. And this has kind of led many students to making certain decisions that might not be favorable for them. Also, things that had to cost in universities though would be housing, meals, lab books, health insurance, and many more. Not to say that students in community college don't have to pay for this. It's just that it's not going to be as expensive, especially if they are approved with financial aid. Students in universities, though they are approved with financial aid, that might not be covering a lot. So this tend to get students to apply for loans, which once they graduate, they will have to pay for the rest of their lives, according to Investopedia. So now that we've talked about the cost difference, we'll now talk about the quality difference. One major reason why community colleges have grown so much in popularity will be because of their academic standards have improved over the years. Schools now require professors that are teaching community colleges to have at least master's degree or doctoral degree in their discipline. With all the classes I have taken in my school, I would say that almost all my professors have master's degree or are in schools taking classes to get their master's degree, while a few of them have PhD holders. There's so much effort that's put in by the professors and the community as a whole just to see that their students excel. Not to say that master degree holders are not teaching students in university, it's just that because of their large numbers, they have to minimize all the resources and then tell graduate students to teach these students. Also, according to educationcorner.com, it says that there are more emphasis on research than teaching in universities, which kind of reduces their flexibility options because they have to submit things at the due times, which is not so in community colleges. Community colleges value the student time, in which they know that many of them have to work and also go to school. So they try as much as possible to make things flexible so that it can meet their schedule. So therefore, students tend to do things at their own pace. When talking about the quality difference, and we cannot end it till we don't talk about the class sizes. In a community college though, an average class would accommodate students of about 20 to 25 students, which gives them access to communicate with their professor, engage in classroom discussions, and also build a close relationship among peers. While for universities, because especially if you're taking a general class, because of the large number of students that's going to be present, you might not even be able to hear your professor well. We have now successfully discussed about the two differences. We will now talk about the application difference. Many in universities, for a university, there are steps to the application process. One, you have to apply by paying a non-refundable fee. You have to take a standardized test like SAT, ACT. You have to submit your high school transcript. You have to submit your essay, letter of recommendation, and things like that, which at the end of the day, you might still not be chosen. It's not necessarily so for a community college. I mean, you do have to submit your high school transcript, and if you have SAT, you can submit that, but if you don't, it's not an option. They just what happens in a community college though would be if you're required, you can be asked to take a placement test, which only tells them where to place you for your college level. So for your college level, so now imagine in future you graduated from a community college with a good education, good job, you avoided a chunk of loan debts, you have your own degree, and you can still further your education. I think that's a great deal. Anyway, in conclusion, I have been able to persuade you that community college is a great deal. I have showed you how to minimize cost by attaining a degree. I have showed you and explained the requirements for application process for the two options, and I've also explained quality over quantity. Thank you so much and have a great day.